Hello, hello, and welcome to our live stream. This is Monday night, and we are here every week on Monday, streaming on all the platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and in a minute we'll be also on TikTok as well. And everybody is asking about which documents we should be carrying with us if we get stopped by immigration. So we'll talk about that today. And obviously, all your questions will be answered as we do every single week. So yeah, post your questions. Let me know where you're from, where you're tuning in. Welcome, welcome. Our TikTok friends are also here. And we're talking about which documents should be carrying if we get stopped. Right now, just today there was a raid, I think, north of San Diego, and some people that were detained had legal visas, so they didn't have the visas on them, but it took them a little bit of time for them to go into the system and find out what they are, and they released them. So people are just thinking, well, should I carry my documents with me to make things a little bit easier? I think, again, if you are in the country and you are undocumented and you have a petition pending, if you have an I-130 pending, if you have a VAWA, a U visa, any of that, if you have DACA, have a copy of your petition with you at all times, just because if you do get stopped and you're forced to show your paperwork, then you have something to show them, right? If you're a green card holder, don't carry a copy of your card. I think it's helpful. I mean, it's definitely helpful, but especially if you're undocumented and you're going through a process like an I-130 or a U visa or something like that, I think you should carry your documents with you. But also, kind of like I said, maintain your rights. I did so many videos about that. Revert back. So many of you are here joining me from all over the world. We've got people from Nigeria, Georgia, California, Nevada, the Philippines, all over the world. Amazing. So we'll start taking your questions in a minute. But again, talking about what documents should I carry, I would carry, and I said, if you're a green card holder, a copy of your green card. If you have a visa here, H-1B, student visa, definitely have a copy of your visa with you just in case. But if you're undocumented and you're going through any process, if a family member started a process for you, I-130, you're going through the court system, you should take that with you. And again, I think it's important to have that because you just never know, right? And especially if you're moving around in places where there's high enforcement, like in major cities, then you should do that. Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it. Frank from YouTube. Thank you, my friend. We have a lot of people here, so let's jump right into it. Madhu is asking, being on H-1B visa, what documents should we carry, and are these supposed to be physical copies? That's a good question. So if you here on an H-1B visa or student visa or any visa that you're issued at I-797, this is a form called I-797, you should keep a copy of this form. That form has at the bottom of it an I-94, which tells you how long you can stay in the United States. So typically those H-1B visas, if it was a change of status or if you came here, you can print the I-94 from the CBP website, and it essentially tells you how long can you stay in the United States. If you have an H-1B visa and you have a stamp on your passport, you print the I-94 and it tells you, that you can stay here for, 2 years, 1 year, whatever the duration is, you can do that. All right, we've got good questions here on TikTok. I got an offer letter from an employee. Can I apply for H-1B visa? So guys, now is the H-1B visa. This is the time to apply for H-1B visa. if you have an employer and they gave you a job offer, you need to connect with an attorney, and the attorney can help you guys, set up the process with the employer. I mean, that's really what you have to do, because now we are in H-1B season. um, how do I get a consultation? Let me see here. This is from Felicia. So Felicia, if you want to book a consultation, the best thing to do is you have a number here on the screen, on the YouTube screen, and just write down that number and send me a text, and that'll be the best way to set up a consultation. If you're watching this on TikTok, you see the number on my bio, you screenshot that number, and that'll be the best way to get in touch with me. If you're watching on TikTok, just send me a text while you watch the live, and the same thing on YouTube or Instagram. All right, let's take a question from Instagram right now. We've got a bunch of people. What do you mean by H-1B season? What I mean by that is that H-1B is, there is a lottery, and the registration opens on March 7th and it closes on March 24th. So you literally have 3 weeks in March to register for the H-1B. If you don't do that in March during the registration period, you will lose the opportunity to apply for the H-1B for the whole year. That's what I'm saying. If you have a job offer, or you can sponsor yourself for the H-1B visa, you need to do it like literally now. Can I put H&B on my own company, as I'm OPT right now and I'm running my own company? This is Challenger from Instagram. Yes, absolutely. If you have your own company, you can register for the H-1B. Just like I said, use the phone number on the screen or send me a DM if you're watching this on Instagram, and we'll set you up for the H-1B registration, which is starting in a few weeks from now. Perfect. And you can use, there's a phone number here that you can use for your inquiries. It's on the screen, or the number on the screen. All right, let's see. We've got a lot of people here on TikTok. I came on a J1, but basically got scammed and was fired. Is there anything I can do? So a J1 visa is a visa that is specific for you to work for that one employer that you are with, right? So if you got scammed working for that one employer, you need to contact the agency that sponsors you, and they can probably find you a different employer. Thanks, CapCat. And also, guys, if you're watching this on Instagram, remember we have on TikTok. Sorry, we have the heart challenge, the cloud heart. Let's get that done before the end of the stream. Want to see who's going to give me the most hearts, and thanks for the likes as well. And also, if you want to go live with me on TikTok, you can see, just join the queue and request to join. Thanks, my friend. Let's hit the goal. If you want to join me on YouTube, I'll post the link to join live on the screen, and the link is right here. We have only a work permit. Any problems for ICE? If you have a work permit, you're good. This is from Krishna. It's not a problem. If you have a work permit, you carry your work permit with you. Thanks for the hearts, guys. And I'll get you some, if you want to join me on video, let's do this. Let's see here. I'm a US citizen. Do we carry a document? No, you don't need to carry a document. If you're a US citizen, you're good to go. If I'm overstay, unlawful presence, well, if you overstayed and you're here, then you need to have some. If you don't have any documents, then you just carry your passport. If you have a valid passport, that would be the best thing. I came on a B1. I have overstayed, but I'm married now and just filed in Atlanta, but no reply yet. Can I keep that in with me? And my marriage certificate as proof. Yes, absolutely. So if you filed for your green card and you have the receipt notice that you filed for your green card, that should be good enough. And that should be perfect. I won't do anything to you guys. Will EB3 get delayed or affected by Trump's administration? EB3 is the process for applying for a green card through employer, third category. EB3 is currently very much behind. If you're looking to get a green card through the EB3 process, it's going to take you a long time, over 4 years. So seriously consider yourself moving to a different petition. All right. I know Ahmed is waiting on the YouTube to join us on video, and I'll take a video here on TikTok. and we'll move along, guys. I'll try to get as many of you as possible on the live stream. Is this Caroline? Where are you from, and what is your question? This is a question on TikTok.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I'm and I'm right now in Mexico and I'm trying to apply for the TPS. I don't know how to do.
Well, right now the TPS is on hold, right? All TPS programs are on hold. Nobody can apply for this program until they further notice, until they open it up, if they open it up. So right now, if you're trying to apply for TPS, nobody can apply for TPS. These programs are all on hold right now. Okay. All right. So guys, if anybody's trying to apply for TPS or any of the parole programs, none of them are active right now. This government literally put a hold on all these programs. So it's not happening. We have to find alternative ways to apply. I posted a video about the DACA possibility for the Dream Act. And I mean, let's talk about it. This is something that, there's a bill that's going to be introduced very soon. Whether it's going to pass or not, it is a beginning for a lot of the DACA holders that they want to make this program permanent. I'm telling you guys, it will happen. Maybe not in 2025, but it will happen. So, programs like DACA, they're not going to deport DACA holders. They're going to have to find a solution. So, if that's going to happen, then maybe other programs are also going to be pushed into permanency, right? But we don't know yet. But I do think that something big will happen with DACA before the end of the year. Mark my words. Let's see here. Sheila is asking, I'm out of status, overstayed my ESTA, and I have a child who is a US citizen. What could happen? So remember, guys, if you came on an ESTA, just to explain to you guys, ESTA is a permit that a lot of European countries have, and many other countries like Australia. You don't need a visa. So it's nice. You come for 90 days. It's all good. The problem is that ESTA is also a waiver. What kind of waiver? You waive the right to appear before a judge. So if you come with a visa waiver, that's it. You overstayed. Unless you marry a U.S. citizen, there's nothing you can do, unfortunately. So you got to be careful because you are a target for ICE. If ICE detains you, you could be potentially removed, right? So that's something to keep in mind. Sevap is asking, my husband got a work permit, but I'm still waiting. He applied for U visa. I don't have any document. Can I show him his work permit? That's a good question. So if you're married and you're undocumented, you're both undocumented, but one of you is going through status, can you use your spouses? I don't think so, because you guys are separate people. Just because your husband is going through an immigration process and you're undocumented, if they detain you, then you'll be in trouble, So you won't be able to use your husband's. Never, guys, never use somebody else's documents. I know what you're trying to do, but that's not going to help you. That's going to look like you're trying to hide behind your husband's case. That's not going to be very helpful. I mean, I don't recommend that. All right, let's see. Ahmed is trying to ask a question on YouTube. Put your camera on if you can. Put your camera on
Hello.
so we can see your face.
Yeah.
Can you put your camera?
My camera is not running, but
It's not running. All right, no
okay.
worries. What's your question? Let us know.
Yeah, I have a question here. If I used if I traveled after my advance parole was approved,
Okay.
but before the document was issued or was produced.
So let me ask you. So let me understand well. You filed for advance parole. You left the country. It wasn't issued yet, but
No,
now that
it
yeah,
was approved before departure.
it was approved, but you haven't received the physical document.
Yeah, and someone shipped it to me. Is
Okay.
it okay to re-enter the US
I
that way?
think you should be okay. You should have a good reason to explain why you had to leave so suddenly. But as long as it was approved, you should be okay. But it's a risky move, absolutely, because these guys at the border, they can do whatever they want, right? Remember, guys, the CBP officers have a lot of power, especially now under Trump. So if they determine that you left without the physical document, they could potentially send you to secondary inspection, and you might go through some questioning. But I believe they'll let you in, right? But it's definitely risky. I mean, I can't predict what's going to happen if you leave, right? Have you left already?
Yeah, I have left, and
Okay, Since you left already, it's done already, right? It's after the fact. So if you want to come back, my suggestion for you is prepare a document to explain why you left before you had the physical document, explain the urgency of the reason for your departure, and show them that you're still meeting all the requirements of immigration to comply, right? You're gonna have to go through some back and forth with the immigration officer. Just be prepared. I'm telling you that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Now remember, guys, I have clients. I've seen the clients. I had a consultation with somebody who called me the other day, and they filed for advanced parole, but they left before it was approved. And it's a risky move because the immigration officers, they have in the system. Thanks, LM. They have in the system. They know when you leave. They know when you travel. Okay, so if you leave without advanced parole, and then somebody ships it to you, the presumption is that you still left without parole, right? So it could be at the discretion of the immigration officer at the port of entry to make a decision. And right now, like I said, we had a client that she had a work visa, she had a TN visa, and she came at the port of entry, and the officers gave her a hard time because they didn't believe that her position matches what she applied for. It was just the officer's decision, right? So they have a lot of power, and it's your job to make sure you have the strongest cases possible. Let's take a few questions from our Instagram viewers, and let's see here. We've got I'm in the process of EB5. I didn't put EB5 yet because I'm waiting for the funds. Should I put H1B as well on the safe side? Absolutely. EB5 takes forever. It takes 5 years. So H1B is your immediate option. Giza, your question is in Spanish, but I don't read Spanish. So if you want to post it again in English, I promise to learn Spanish very fast. I am actually taking classes, and I am trying to improve my Spanish, and I promise you guys that I'll improve by the end of the year. My friend got a Social Security. This is a question from Hannah. My friend got a Social Security and a work permit under asylum. Will my friend be canceled with the Trump deportation order? I don't think so. I mean, if he got asylum inside the United States, he's already here. He shouldn't be canceled. If I have administrative closed deportation, will I be deported? I don't think so. Admin closed cases are good to go. You guys should be fine. Good questions here on Instagram. Appreciate you guys. You can also send me DMs. If you're watching this on Instagram, you can send DMs. Absolutely. Let's see. If USCIS lists like things to support and evidence on the removal of condition status, how many from that list should I have? I would have at least 5 items. If you're trying to remove conditions on your green card, have at least 5 items like bills, travel proof together, purchase one big item together, and proof of residency like a lease and stuff like that. So at least have 5 items. Really good questions here on Instagram. Jody Jody here is on Facebook. How do I get in touch with you? If you want to get in touch with me, you're watching this on Facebook, on YouTube, and on Instagram. The phone number is right here on the screen. Screenshot it. It's also here. I'll put it on the screen. It's the same number. Screenshot it right now. And if you're watching this on TikTok, there's a phone number in my bio. Literally, screenshot my bio and use the number. Just send me a text right now and say, hey, I'm watching on the live. I want to book a consultation. Many people want to book consultations. My calendar is double booked, but I opened double book slots just to be able to accommodate many of you. We're working extra hours to accommodate all of you guys. I'm doing my best. Of course, I'm not the only one who's doing the consultations, but if you want a consultation with me, say that you watch me on the live. Literally go right now to my bio, write down the phone number, and send me a text right now. And also, if you're watching this live, share the live. There's an arrow at the bottom of the screen on TikTok, guys. Share the live. I want more people to join the live right now. Literally share it. And our live goal is met, and I appreciate it, but I want to see more hearts coming in. You guys are the best. I'm going to take one more person live. We've got Dokma, I think. And then if you guys want to join on YouTube live, I posted the link, and make sure you join. All right, my friend, where are you from? If you're a video, put your video on and let's see. What's your question?
Yeah, my name is Ayalo from Seattle.
All right.
Just have a question. I'm a citizen, U.S. citizen.
Okay.
I applied 130 petition for my wife, and I just want to know the process approval for the interview and how long will it take?
So you're a US citizen and you are basically applying for your wife, right? And your wife is
Yes.
where? Where is she?
She is Ethiopia.
Ethiopia. Okay. So excellent. That's a great question. So what he's asking is consular processing. US citizen in the US trying to get a green card for a spouse overseas in Ethiopia. And so the way it works is that we're looking essentially at 3 different steps, right? Step number 1, you're going to file the I-130 with the US Immigration Service, right? That's going to take about maybe 2 years, a year and a half, maybe sooner. That's going to be approved. Once that's approved, your case is going to move to the National Visa Center, right? The National Visa Center is an agency in charge of processing applications from immigration through the US Embassy. They're going to ask for your tax returns. They're going to ask for proof of relationship. They're going to ask for financial documents. Once that's over, then you're going to go in a queue. You're going to sit down and wait for the National Visa Center to schedule an interview with the US Embassy in Ethiopia. That can take a year from that moment. Right now, a lot of clients in Ethiopia, in Nigeria, in Kenya, in that region are waiting over 18 months, almost 2 years after getting their document to complete to get interviews. And then finally, your wife will have an interview at the embassy and will get an immigrant visa for 6 months to be able to move to the US. That's the process. Okay.
Got it. So I did apply, and I did provide when I applied. I did provide a picture
Okay.
showing we did wedding
Okay.
along with my videos.
Okay.
So is there any way to expedite somehow?
You can only expedite at the National Visa Center. Once your case is at the immigration right now or National Visa Center?
Immigration, I believe.
You're still with immigration. Immigration, you cannot expedite. It's impossible. But with National Visa Center, you can. Once your case moves to step number 2, you can file an emergency expedite, and they might consider expediting your case. Okay.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend. Yeah, right now, if you have a case trying to get somebody from overseas, it's very difficult to expedite during the immigration process, but you can expedite at the MVC. I've done many videos on this on YouTube, and my YouTube followers know about that. And if you haven't, joined the YouTube channel, you can see all of that. But just so you know, it is at the National Visa Center stage that you can expedite. And unfortunately, that's the only way to do it. All right, we're going to get Jimmy in a second from YouTube, who's waiting in line. But before that, we'll take Cesar. I had my DACA expired. I wasn't able to renew it. I'm married to a citizen. Is there any hope to fix papers? And also my husband, it's a man, same-sex marriage. Absolutely. If you lost your DACA and you're married to a citizen, you can apply just the usual way. I-130, just like I said right now, I-130 MVC, you'll do the 601A waiver if you overstayed more than a year. And then, you'll go to the embassy and come back. I mean, we've been doing this for many, many clients. 601A waivers work. Guys, don't be afraid to file the waivers. All right, let's get Jimmy on YouTube, and then we'll take Miss Perry on TikTok. Right, so we're working on multiple fronts, but we're doing what we can to answer the immigrants' questions. Like I said, every Monday here, guaranteed live, unless ICE takes me as well. But otherwise, we're doing spontaneous lives throughout the week. But this is guaranteed. If you want to make sure. Jimmy, where are you from? Ask your question. And
Hi, Counselor. I am born in Romania.
Ce faci?
But ce să fac? Bine.
Nice. I have some Romanian friends.
I'm a Hungarian citizen too, but I live in Germany about 11 years.
You're in Germany now.
My question is, it's a difficult. Yes, yes, sir. And I have a difficult question.
Tell me.
In 2022, I applied for the EB3 other workers. I have everything, the perm labor certification approval, I-140,
Okay.
2023 July. I
Okay.
get my I-140.
Okay.
Since then, I don't know. What's your prediction for the other workers as a truck driver? That's why I
Absolutely.
have to mention that.
Absolutely. So let me tell you
Uh,
this thing. Yeah, go ahead.
And I want to ask, what about the visa bulletin? Because I have this month 3 years wait time, and how long should I wait now
Yeah, I understand.
for
So
the
the
consular
new visa
interview?
bulletin, the new visa bulletin is coming up very soon, maybe in the next week or so. The EB3 other workers is unfortunately one of the worst categories that was impacted by the backlogs. So just so you know, guys,
I know.
EB3 other workers are those EB3 that apply as unskilled, like truck drivers. We have a lot of hospitality workers. There's been massive backlog, and I feel, unfortunately, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think you're going to see too much movement in 2025. Maybe towards the end of the year after August. Hopefully, I'm wrong, but I'm telling you the reason I'm telling you that is because even the regular EB3 is very slow, and usually there's no movement anywhere in the beginning of the fiscal year. So we're looking at January, February, March. Nothing moves anyway. But specifically for your category, I don't think you're going to see anything before August, unfortunately. So you should consider the H-2B visa. Come here sooner as a truck driver on the H-2B. Did you talk to your company about it?
No, because all the papers are filed and I'm just
No, no,
waiting
no.
for the consular interview.
Yeah, I know, but what I mean is that
And
the EB3, it's good, it's great. You're gonna get a green card. But what I'm saying is that if they wanted you to come here sooner, you should apply for a work visa like H-2B. It's a visa for a year, and this way you can wait for the EB3 inside America. Does it make sense? That's what they should do. That's what I'm doing for my
yeah, I
hospitality
know.
construction. Yeah, you should convince them to
I
do
don't
it
want
because
to complicate the things. That's why
it's not gonna complicate
I'm
it.
gonna
You know,
wait.
yeah, you can wait. Right now, you know, if they're not gonna do any other visa, you have to wait. I mean, hopefully by like I said, after August, you're gonna see a little bit of movement, but I don't think you're gonna have too much movement in 2025 because they're still catching up on backlog. Does it make sense?
Because the backlog is now 1 year. Then
Yes.
my question is in October, the new fiscal year, do I have any
Correct.
chance for the 1 year backlog? Because my PD is May 30, 2022.
Yeah. No, that's what I'm saying to you.
Then
I don't think you're gonna
one,
see too much movement in until August of this year, and even after August, it's gonna be very, very minor for EB3 other workers. But I think 2026 is gonna be a better year for EB3 and EB3 other workers. That's what I think. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you're gonna see better movement before. But don't expect anything before summer. That for sure. Okay.
okay, sir.
All right.
I trust your answer always.
No worries. I
You're
appreciate
the
it.
best.
Thank you, sir. You know, so many people all over the world are watching, waiting for EB3 to move forward. EB2, this is horrible because these are workers that we need in America. We need them here. But because of our messed up immigration system, they're stuck overseas waiting 2, 3, sometimes 4 years for a job that may not exist anymore. You understand? It's just that it's absurd how our immigration system is working. Let me take one more question from Instagram, and then we'll go back. Our master student getting green cards as Trump promised. Unfortunately, what Trump promised for green card holders is not going to happen. This was just campaign promises. There's no way he can do that. My parents, this is a question from Landa. My question is, my parents submitted 245I over 21 years ago. Can they still include me there? I have DACA. Yes, absolutely. Depends on when they filed. They could include you. Make sure to reach out if you need help to verify your eligibility. You can send me a DM if you're watching this on Instagram. Crown is asking, when can I apply for removal of conditions? Will my employer stop me from working? Well, if it's based on marriage, you should apply 90 days before your 2-year green card expires. That's when you should do it. My partner is white, South African, and wants asylum. What do we do? Currently waiting for the F-130, 13 months. You know, the whole thing with the South Africans, it was just a proposal, guys. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. And I don't know, because, yesterday he said he's going to give priority for white South Africans to come here and apply for refugees. He said that. I haven't seen this possibility because all refugee programs are on hold and he wants to open it up for South Africans. I mean, you can try it and let me know if it works, but I think it's just, so many good questions, guys. I try to get them all. Can someone be deported even with a work permit and waiting for the court proceedings? Like I said, anything is possible, guys. But remember, you can be detained, but it doesn't mean that you're going to be deported, right? So they can detain you, and then you have the right for a bond. You have the right for an attorney. You have the right to be released on bond. So, don't worry. Just because if somebody gets detained, they're not just going to ship you out of the country. You have rights, and make sure you maintain your rights. Always remember, if you don't have an A number, they detain you and they give you an A number, memorize this number, write it down. So when you call out your family or friends who are going to help you get out of detention, you can tell them that your A number. All right, let's take a video call. Miss Perry is waiting patiently. If you want to join on YouTube, I send the link. It's in the comments. Miss Perry, what's your name?
Tamara.
Tamara, where are you from and what is your question?
I'm from Jamaica.
Okay.
I'm a citizen of the
Thanks,
United
Adrian.
States. I petitioned for my husband back in 2023.
Okay. All right.
He did his interview since December of 2023.
Okay.
While we was in the interview, the U.S. officer said that he put on his visa application that he's married, which he was in a common law wife before he came to the United States. We brought the letter of impediment with us along with us to the interview. And ever since then, 2023, it's a year now, December, and there's still no movement. I sent multiple service requests and she didn't take any action on the case. So I'm just for her to acknowledge the case, either request the RFE or approve or intend to deny. Nothing is just sitting there for a whole entire year.
Yeah. I think what probably happened is that they may be investigating this case and kind of either is in the shuffles of some officer's pile of work. But based on what you described to me in your situation, your case is probably under some kind of investigation. So
they approve his I-130, but it's the I-485 that is just pending, which I think if they're saying that he did a misrepresentation and saying he was married in Jamaica, they should have never approved the I-130, correct?
I mean, it depends. It depends because I-130 has one category, which is the bona fide marriage. The 45 is a lot about moral character, misrepresentation. So there are different factors that will make an I-130 approved but get a 45 denied. You know what I mean? From the sound of it, it looks like the case is sitting somewhere. It's kind of stuck.
They said it's with the supervisor, but no update since then.
Have you tried to do an ombudsman's inquiry, where you go to the ombudsman's office, which is an agency?
Congress inquiry.
Congress is not going to help in this case. Remember, guys, Congress inquiries help in consular cases. Sometimes they help when the case is stuck at a different level. In your case, you need an ombudsman's office. It's a separate agency that works with UCIS to find out why they're delaying your case. I would do that first and see what happens. Usually they're able to push the case along.
Okay, so how do I get in contact with the ombudsman? Like I gotta Google that?
Yeah, just Google that, and the first thing you get is the form. It says the ombudsman's form. It's form 7001. It's a free form. Fill it up. You'll have a response in 30 days, at least as to what's going on.
Gotcha.
Okay? And if it doesn't work, let me know.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Right. Remember, guys, many things that are happening. I'm working on a video right now talking about some of the changes UCIS is gonna be doing in the next few months under the Trump administration. Some of these changes are more admin processing. More cases are gonna be under investigation. You're gonna have more interviews, more home visits, and more people are gonna be just like her, stuck in these investigation / thing that they're doing to check on the status of your case, and that may take a year or more. So be mindful of that. That might be happening to you. So if you are stuck in the case, don't sit and wait. Keep checking on the case. Be proactive. All right. Thanks, guys, for the hearts and likes. TikTok guys, I appreciate you, all of you. I'll take a few more questions here. I am 22 and I am fluent in English. How do I get sponsorship? So remember, if you want to get sponsored by an employer, you need to have a degree most of the time. Most of these companies that sponsor for a green card, you need a degree. Unless it's an unskilled position, like a truck driver and stuff like that, then you can have an EB3 petition. But for you that young, it's going to be hard to convince an employer to sponsor you or even get a green card approved under EB3. It's take forever. So I would suggest like upgrade your skills and then get sponsorship this way. That's what I would do if I were you. Luis is asking, can you help clients in all 50 states? Yes, I can help clients in all 50 states. Immigration law is federal. We can help clients in all 50 states. We have an office in San Diego, but also in Connecticut. We cover both coasts and everything else in between. If you're watching this on YouTube, Facebook, on Instagram, use the phone number right here. There's a phone number right by my head. And text this number. Also putting it on the screen. If you're watching this on TikTok, the best way to book a consultation with me, especially for the bunch of you joining right now, there's a phone number in my bio. Very simple. Screenshot it. Send me a text right now. Say, hey, I saw you on the live. I want to book a consultation. I'm opening more slots this week. Normally I'm double booked because so many people want to talk to me, but it's not just me. We have a bunch of people at the firm that do consultations. Please do the booking on the live. You'll get priority. Just say, I saw you on the live, and they'll give you priority, guys. Thanks, my friends. I appreciate it. Thanks for the hearts, for the likes. Keep smiling. You keep making me smile. All right, guys. Let's see. We got a lot of good questions here on YouTube. Any info for IR1 visa schedule these months? I've been documented complete since July 20th. My interview should be scheduled in Dakar. Dakar is about a year, I would say 10 months behind. So if you just got documented complete in July of 2024, don't expect to see any interviews before 2025, July, maybe even September. What documents should naturalized citizens carry with them? Really good questions from Petri. So you are now a U.S. citizen. You got naturalized before. What should you carry? You shouldn't carry anything. You're a U.S. citizen. You should just tell them, well, you shouldn't tell them anything. But if push comes to shove, you say, I'm a U.S. citizen, proud U.S. citizen. I got naturalized in the year, whatever. Don't have to prove your citizenship. You're a U.S. citizen. This country is not got to the point where naturalized citizens have to prove their citizenship. No way. You don't have to answer anything about your citizenship status. But if you want to answer, you can say, listen, ICE agent, I am a U.S. citizen. I became a U.S. citizen on this date and this date, but you don't have to carry your documents with you. This is a disgrace. All right, guys, let's take another video call from TikTok. We've got a lot of good people waiting here, and we've got Mr. Rick, who has been waiting patiently. Rick, where are you from, and what is your question?
Okay, Mr. Jacob, I have like a couple of questions. Okay, so in 2012, my uncle applied.
Where are you from, first of all? Where are you from?
I'm from Iraq, Kurdistan.
But where are you based now? Are you in Iraq now?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. All right. Tell me.
Yeah, so my uncle applied an I-130 petition for my mother
Okay.
since 2012. So I
Okay.
want to know, what is the period date by now?
Well, I mean, I don't have the visa bulletin in front of me, unfortunately, so I can't tell you that. But you're what is the category you applied for?
An F4, an F4.
F4 Therefore, I remember clearly it's 2007 right now. And you said
2007.
yours is what?
Yeah, my uncle applied for my mother.
What year?
Sister to like brothers to sisters.
What year?
2012.
Oh yeah, 2007. They're working 2007. So she says a long wait. Guys,
Okay,
remember.
so,
Yeah, go ahead.
uh-huh.
Tell me.
Yeah, the other question is, when they applied for us, I was 12 years old,
Okay.
and now I am 20, like almost 25 years old.
Okay.
Am I still eligible for this petition?
You know, it depends. I'll have to do an assessment. So you can send me a message, because the way we do the assessment under the Child Protection Act, we take the years that the I-130 was spending, we deduct it from the age of the child, and then we look at the date of birth of the mother and the petitioner who filed. So that there's a formulas that we need to. If you want to be assessed, just send me a message, and I'll check. Potentially you could be, but I wouldn't worry about it for now, because you guys are still far away. You have at least 6-7 years.
Oh my God.
At least, unless a miracle happens and the visa bulletin will be shaken by the Trump administration, which he's been talking about making some moves. But I don't think otherwise long wait.
Like, should I get married or not? Because
Like I said,
it is-
listen, those questions that you ask me right now, I can't answer them unless I look at your file, I look at the date. So if you want specific personal questions, book a consultation so I can look at it. But in general terms, I don't tell my clients about this decision, because those can change your status in immigration, unless I look at the petition and say, you know what, it doesn't make sense for you to wait all this time. Go ahead and get married, whatever. You know what I mean? So I'll have to look at that and make a decision. That's why I'm telling you guys, these consultations that you make with an attorney, it is essential, because everybody has a different case. Your cousin may have had a different situation than your brother, even though you think it's the same case. So I'm more than happy to look at it if you send me a message, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you so very much.
Appreciate it.
Hello.
You know, guys, the wait time, F4 category, brothers and sisters, is going to get worse under the Trump administration. I'm telling you, right now it's about 16 years. 16 years, brothers and sisters are waiting to be reunited. Under the Trump administration, I predict it's going to go up to 22. If you're Mexican, it'll go up to 30 years. I'm telling you, I've never been wrong before with these predictions, because the backlogs are too scary right now for this to become not a reality, right? Let's look at some questions on Instagram. We've got Julio. I was charged with a misdemeanor of domestic violence and I remarried. And then I applied for my green card 2 months ago. Can I be target 2? So I'm not going to specifically, reference your particular case, but you are definitely a target. Because domestic violence, guys, domestic violence is one of those things they're looking for right now. Anybody that had DV violations is definitely a target. You need to speak with an attorney, my friend, and figure out a way to protect yourself. Madhu is asking questions. It's funny because every platform like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, we've got different kind of questions. Very interesting, very intelligent. Every platform has different questions. Right now, we've got Madhu on Instagram, and my spouse got laid off and applied for an H4. He overstayed 45 days after the H-1B 60 days. My H-1B starts now. Will I get in trouble for those 45 days prior to the H-1B, H-4? You know, it depends, because, right now, most people don't realize, but there's these memos that allow you to ask for forgiveness even if you overstayed 45 days, 60 days, even 6 months. We've done this. We brought back people from overstay. So if you got into trouble with your case, there is a way to bring it back to life. Okay? So don't be worried. I'm not, Chat is asking, I was convicted of, this is all Instagram, by the way, DUI back in 2016. Do you see any difficulty in fixing my status, whether it will be marriage, DACA, or the DREAM Act? DACA, maybe. Marriage, no. You'll be fine. How come all the criminal convictions are coming from Instagram? Interesting. All right. Okay, guys, we got a bunch of people watching here on TikTok. If you just joined right now and you're not following me yet, please follow me right now. Share the live. Go down. There's a little arrow. Share it. More people need to see it. Amita, thank you so much for the roses and the hearts. You make my day for sure. Okay. Let's see. Let's take another live on YouTube. We've got Rahman has been waiting for a while. Rahman, are you still here, my friend?
Yeah.
Rahman? Oh, here we go. Can you start your video? Here we
Yeah.
go. There we go.
Yeah.
Rahman, where are you from and what is your question?
I'm from India. So my employer filed for the H-1B the last year, and my case was denied.
Okay.
Yeah, but still I'm on F1. So they said that they are going to file for the H-1B again.
Okay.
So do I need to leave the US immediately after my H-1 approved, or I can work?
Well, it depends. You know, if you have a new H-1B approved, you're subject to the new cap.
Mhm.
When is your F1 expire?
It's in 2026.
So as long as you have good status throughout the H-1B, they can potentially change your status inside the US. They
Mhm.
could do that.
Mhm. But
Right.
still I'm working as a full-time on CPT. Does it affect me?
I mean, it shouldn't affect you. I mean, you should be able to do the change of status, but most people prefer to have the stamping because
Okay.
once you have the visa and your passport, it will
Mhm.
help you with your change of employer. It'll be easier for you in the future. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Mhm.
I would encourage you to consider it, but potentially you should be able to do a change of status. Even if you
Okay.
work on CPT, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, my friend. So, like I said, guys, if you have legal status in the United States, you should be able to apply for H-1B from inside the country. Just as a reminder, we're now in H-1B season. We have 5 weeks, 6 weeks left. If you're watching this video and you have an employer, you have a college degree, or if you don't have an employer and you want to be self-employed, you can self-petition yourself for the H-1B. If you want to know how, plenty of videos on my TikTok and also on my YouTube. If you want to do this, like seriously, go to my bio, send me a text right now, say, listen, I want to do the H-1B self-employed. I know time is running out. Say you were on the live, you will get priority for consultations. We need to get as many people as possible. Morgan is asking on TikTok, are you an attorney? Yes, I am an attorney. I am based in California, San Diego. We have a law firm here. We're about almost 100 employees at our entire organization, helping clients all over the country, all over the world. We have good attorneys, we have good paralegals, we have good case managers. We have one purpose in mind: to help you guys navigate this crazy immigration platform, get your visas. And we're working on something big that I'm going to announce in a couple of weeks, something big that's going to help immigrants all over the world. And I'm excited to announce it very soon. But you'll know it. You'll know it because you're subscribers. You're here. You're watching my videos. If you're on TikTok, make sure that you follow me so you won't miss the announcement. If you're on YouTube, do the same. If you're on Instagram, follow me and send me a DM. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Facebook, then also do the same thing. We've got a Facebook group. Let's see here. Can I file an I-130 for my spouse, or should I wait to get naturalized in 1 year? That's a great question. I think that if any one of you is eligible to file benefits, do it now. Later on, you can upgrade. Once you become a citizen, you can upgrade. Why am I saying that? Because we don't know. We don't know if being a citizen will be faster than being a green card holder. If you're eligible to file for your spouse, file. Why wouldn't you file? You know what I mean? I would file. Why can't I be accepted for the live? Because I think you need to have number of followers to be accepted for the live. I think we got Nancy, who is waiting patiently on TikTok, and then we'll get Maggie on YouTube. And remember, guys, I'm doing these lives every Monday at 5 p.m. Pacific for sure. However, during the week, if you're a subscriber, you can catch me on a sporadic live. Sometimes I do them in my car. Like last time I did it in my car on a Wednesday. Sometimes I just do it as I walk. You know what I mean? But the Monday ones, always, unless, like I said, unless ICE catches me or something happens to me, I will be here every Monday. Nancy, what's your question and where you from?
I'm from, hello, my name is Nancy. I'm from California.
Nice. Do you have video? Is your video working or no?
No, it's not working.
It's not working. All right, no worries. What is your question? Tell me.
My question is, I am married here, and I have already removed my green card.
Conditions.
The condition, yes,
Okay.
and I have the they have already given me the receipt.
Okay.
The thing is, I want to travel back to Africa and see whether I can attend my mom's funeral. I am thinking, should I travel with that, or will I be in trouble?
So you have the receipt that extends your green card for 4 years. You have that one, right?
Yes.
Okay. As long as you have that one, anybody's watching this, if you file the renewal of 751, you have the 4-year extension, it's very safe to travel, especially for a reason like yours. And I'm sorry for your loss. I'm very, very sorry. You should be able to travel. Nobody's going to give you any trouble. It is just like a green card. The extension is just like a green card. Okay.
Thank you so much.
So sorry for your loss again, and safe travels.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, guys. So let's take Maggie on. Let's see here. Let's take Maggie here on YouTube, and then we'll end the live on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. And we're gonna stay a little bit longer on TikTok because we started a little bit later, and because we're getting the hearts and the likes on TikTok and the gifts, and we don't get that on the other platform. So you guys get the benefit. Maggie, can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Can you put your video on since you're on YouTube?
Yeah, I tried because I have to move from YouTube to the chat room from to talk to you.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
no worries. No worries. We'll forgive you this time.
Okay. I have two questions. The first one is that you said you are based in California.
Yes.
So, like someone like me that is based in New Jersey, can you appear physically in a court proceeding for asylum?
So remember, I told you we also have a Connecticut office. In Connecticut, we have a few lawyers that go to New York as well. So they can, of course. So if you need it, if the case is acceptable with our term, yeah, we can help you. Absolutely.
Okay. My second question is concerning asylum case that is pending in the court. So let's assume that there's a case pending for an asylum in the court and the person has a date to appear in court.
Okay.
So is it possible for that same case, can the case be cancelled before the court date, or somebody has to appear in the court then ask the judge to cancel? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm just asking for.
It depends on what's the case consists about. Some cases are a bit more complicated, but it is possible to terminate a case before appearing. The attorney can do it. Absolutely.
So if they terminate the case, will the person still get a green card? How will that?
No. So you're talking about terminating a case, but there's no result, right? So if you terminate a case, there must be a reason behind it. For example, let's say somebody has an asylum case, they terminate it, and then they marry a U.S. citizen and they file their green card in immigration, right? So there's a reason behind it. We have to understand what is the reason you want to terminate your case in court.
This is for a teenager that came like when she was 10 years old, and now she's almost an adult, like 18 years old, and the case is still pending, though she has like
Maggie, when you start giving too many personal details, I don't want to expose it on public. It's you can send me a message, use the number in the screen, and we can talk about it. But the bottom line, so people can benefit as well, is that it is possible to terminate a court case and move it to a different benefit based on the facts of the case. In your case, I need to listen to the facts in private, so we don't hurt. We don't. What do you call this? Damage your privacy. Okay, so send me a text and I'll help you in private.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Maggie. I appreciate it. All right, guys. With Maggie being our last viewer on YouTube, we'll end our live. It's almost an hour on YouTube. I'll be back here on Monday, but could be another spontaneous live stream during the week if something crazy happens. As always, thank you guys. If you need my help with your immigration matters, send me a text. The number is right on the screen. And also, right here, also for my friends on Instagram, we'll do the same thing for you guys. See you next Monday. Stay safe. Be careful from ICE. Carry your documents. Don't speak with them. Preserve your right to remain silent. Be respectful. Let's fight together. Thanks, guys.